Okay. So anyway, welcome everyone. We'll get started. I may have to periodically go over there and let someone else in if they're coming in late. But just to let you know, if you haven't taken a class with me before, my name is Suzan, and I have been a certified Tai Chi instructor since, it's 10 years now. Wow, that's right, 2012. And I am certified in Tai Chi for diabetes, Tai Chi for arthritis, Tai Chi for fall prevention. And I have taught myself also a couple of different styles. And my big job, or my main job, is a community health educator for Tampa General Hospital. So I will be, I do this actually as part of my job there too. So let's get started. So the 3 intentful enhancements that we have, let me put a little music on, a little background music, because the music also will add to the music also adds to the experience, because there's vibrations that we can get from the music. And this is actually Reiki healing music that the vibrations and the sounds add to that chi flow. So let's work on our posture and balance. So we want to make sure that your feet are at least facing forward and maybe turned a little bit out to the side. When we're thinking of posture, you want to think about soft knees. You want to think about length. The spine is called the Taji pole in Tai Chi. And there are areas in the body that are also enhanced. We have lower dantian, middle dantian, and an upper dantian as well. So we want to think of aligning them up. So I'm just going to stand to the side to show you. So keeping the feet firmly planted, big toe, little toe, and heel. Knees are soft. So let's work on loosening up the spine and lengthening. So if I lift my abdominals up and let my tailbone slide under the body, exhaling, and then release, that helps to lengthen the spine. So let's do a few of them. It's kind of like Pilates for those of you who may have been taking Pilates before. So you want to pull that navel up and in, let the pelvis move, let that tailbone slide under the body, and release. And try to make that be the only part that's moving right now. A lot of times the knees want to get into it and so forth. So just keep your hands right here and just focus on that part. Exhaling, so you feel like that breath starts to be enhanced, and then release. Oh, I see we have an extra person there, a little furry person. And release. Good, let's do one more. Great. Okay, so let's do a little rotation. So when we rotate in Tai Chi, we want to think about using the body. So I'm going to keep my hands right here, and I want to just get into rotating back and forth. And remember, when you do your Tai Chi, it's flowing, soft. You want to feel the whole body. So it's kind of like this whole big, mind-body connection where you feel everything from the toes all the way up to the top of the head. So let's just gently move back and forth. And as you move back and forth, just feeling the oblique muscles, and try to move nice and softly so you can really allow. Tai Chi is feeling like you're moving through water. So you want to maintain that. And breathing nice and deeply, and then come back to center. Let the arms relax down by the side. Keeping the tongue to the roof of the mouth will help to lengthen the neck, also connect. We have different energy meridians that run through the body, so that really helps them connect by keeping the tongue to the roof of the mouth. So let's begin. Let's sink the chi. Let's gather that chi from all the way around us and letting it come down in front. And as you move through, feel almost like you're lifting the whole body up, gathering that chi and let it sink down into the body. And as you go down, if you can sink down too, be very comfortable to do whatever feels best for you to do. But you can feel how we can add the breath here, inhaling up and exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And let's do one more. And let that come down. So let's put our hands over that lower dantian. So while we focus a little bit on the breath, bringing our minds into the practice, just allow yourself to just kind of gently rock back and forth so you can feel the bottom of the feet. Because a lot of times, sometimes with migraines, we don't feel things as much as we should. So let's take this opportunity to really feel those feet on the ground. And just allow yourself to rock back and forth. And you'll feel the balance mechanisms in the feet and the ankle. Just becoming very aware of them. Good, and then just kind of settle right there. Let's let those arms come down in front. So we're gonna work on the neck a little bit. I'm gonna stand to the side so you can see the side view. So I wanna lift my arms up. And when I lift my arms up, I want those hands to face one another. I want the hands to turn, and I'm gonna draw that chi energy towards me. Tuck the chin back. Press out as if I'm engaging my chi with the chi around me, and then let that head and neck come down nice and gently. Inhaling as I lift up, and I want to let those wrists lead up. Turn those hands and gently pull this chi toward me. Engage out, and then let that head and neck come down. And inhaling up, draw that chi energy in, engage out, and last time, and down. And let that head come up nice and gently. We're going to do a little rotation as well. So with rotation on the neck, we always want to think about working at about 70%. So I want to, like, one hand move, and I'm going to let the head and neck follow that, but only to about 70% of what I think I can do. And then bring this back, let those hands cross paths, look at this hand, and then do the same thing to the other side. And the thing that with Tai Chi that you want to think about is they consider it to be working in, not working out. In that the energy that we expend, because the blood is flowing, we got nervous energy going on. So all the energy that we expend when we do a very vigorous workout gets kind of expended out of the body, or goes, trying to have the muscles recover and things like that. But with Tai Chi and even with yoga, since the energy is not so much used out to recover, all that healing energy goes inward and allows the body to heal itself, all that energy. So that's why we call it working in. So think of it this way. You don't have to, you're not expending all those hormones and all that vigorous, all the sweat and everything else that you do with a regular routine. And yet the benefits, they have shown that the benefits of Tai Chi on blood pressure, on glucose for diabetes and things like that is as effective as any other type of activity. And plus it's easy, it's gentle, and it's always about, working within your comfort zone. So this is the last one, and then coming back and down. So let's work back into the shoulder joints a little bit. So instead of doing big, giant, global shoulder rolls, what I'd like for you to do is this. Let the arm bone roll in that shoulder joint. So you feel like you're going deep. So you almost want to feel the head, the humeral head rolling in that shoulder joint rather than really making all those big muscular movements. So soft, deep, and kind of more of a massaging action. And you'll feel that your hands are moving a little bit. That's kind of your indicator that that arm bone is moving. Let's do one more like that. And then let's take that out. So as I roll out, I'm going to feel that more towards the back of the shoulder. I feel that shoulder joint opening up. Still thinking about posture. And you might start to feel as that shoulder joint opens, you might start to feel a little tingling down in the hands. Well, that is your chi. And now let's hang here for a moment. Just let that chest open, knees are soft, thinking of that posture. Just taking some nice deep breaths. Let's bring the hands back up. Now let's whisk those hands together. So that heat that you feel in your hands is your chi. So what we're going to do, that's just kind of like your indicator that I'm not some kook up here talking about chi, but we really do have it. We have a lot of electrical current, a lot of energy in the body. So what we do with the Tai Chi and yoga and so forth is we learn how to move it, because when it's stagnant is when we have problems. So now let's take that chi. I'm going to move it across and exhale as you bring it back. And that tingling you may feel, that stretch of energy between your hands, that's your chi. And then we're moving across the heart meridian right now. So that helps to calm us. It helps to strengthen the heart and the lungs. When I'm stuck in traffic, if you're parked next to me, you'll see me doing this a whole bunch to try and calm down, to not get too upset. And it's very relaxing and very beneficial. And just let those fingers soften, facing up towards the heavens and back. Good, let's do one more of these. Good, and down. Now with the migraines, we have a lot of tension up in the head and the neck. So let's do a little Qigong, a little relaxation for that upper body. So still standing, and if you need to move around a little bit, if your feet feel too, uncomfortable, then certainly move them around a little bit. We'll be moving in a moment. But as we begin to do that, what I'd like you to do is think about the facial muscles, thinking about the jaw, and just allowing all those muscles to relax. Still keeping the tongue to the roof of the mouth, but just allowing those muscles, those facial muscles, the jaw muscles, the eye muscles, the eyebrows, the forehead. Just imagining length, relaxation in all those muscles. Feeling the neck and the upper back muscles relax. And this is the feeling that you want to have as we go through this program. Okay, and let's move down the body just a little bit. We've got that abdominal area, that lower dantian going on. So let's take a moment and stretch the hip, especially if you've been sitting a lot during the day. So you're going to take one leg, stretch one leg to the back. The front knee is bent. You want to feel that those feet are firmly planted. And you want to engage your glute on the leg that's back, keeping the shoulders and the hips lined up. And then allow yourself to lean back at the hip line just a little bit. So you feel the body weight goes into the glute. Feel that head and neck still looking straight ahead, but feeling that stretch in the front of the hip. And just take a few deep breaths and breathe into that hip. And then straighten up and then bring that leg up. And let's do the same thing to the other side. Take your other leg to the back. Go back as far as you comfortably can. Have those feet firmly planted. Line up the hips and the shoulders so you feel like the arms are going right down from the shoulder over the hip. Engage the glute now on this side, and then lean that body back just a little bit. Feel that stretch now in the front of this hip. Good, and then straighten up and come up. And let's loosen up those knees. Let's alternate from one side to the other. So when you lift and you do these kicks, you want to make sure that the leg is right under the hip, the knee is under the hip, and you want to feel like you're driving your heel up to your butt, like you're kicking your own butt. It's a hard job, so somebody's got to do it. But also being aware of shifting your body weight from one side to the other. Foot plants each time. Being very deliberate and thoughtful and mindful of everything that you do. Let's do that a little bit more. Good. Now, lastly, we're going to work on the ankle. So what I'd like for you to do, I don't know if you can see me in the distance, you want to lift your heel up so that you're pressing the balls of the feet down into the ground, and then roll that ankle around as if you were trying to squash a big bug on the floor. Which here in Florida, we do have some of those big palmetto bugs. But there's also an area besides what we felt in the hand, but under the feet, called Yang Quan. Let's go in the opposite direction. That helps gather energy from the earth. The Lao Gong points in the hands move that chi around. Good, and then down. Let's go to the other side. You're gonna lift that heel up and roll, roll. So the foot's touching down, the toes are touching down, and you're rolling those ankles around. And then let's go in the opposite direction. Good, and down. Okay. So the Tai Chi move that we're going to, a couple of them that we're going to work on today, we're going to use one of the movements called the fountain movement. So I'm going to show you the movement. We're going to draw the hands all the way up, the front of the body, up to the eyes and the head. And then you want to feel like you're just pulling any tension away, throwing it out, and then coming back and down. Rolling up, pulling healthy chi energy up, taking it out to the sides. And let's do that several times. Qigong is this kind of movement where it's a repetitive movement, just feeling that energy moving around the body. Inhaling as you draw that healthy energy up, taking it across the eyes, around the side of the head, and down. And let's do that a few more times, pulling that up and out. Good, and last time, bring it up, 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 pulling, out, and down. So another movement that we do in Tai Chi is called cloud hands. Cloud hands is done a couple of different ways depending on the type of Tai Chi that it is. So we're going to, and I'm going to add a little step to it. So, but I'm going to show you the movement, and then we'll break up the movement into two parts, and then we'll put it together. So cloud hands is all about taking a step to one side. This hand is going to come across the body. And as I come over, the other hand comes up and back. And I'm going to repeat that movement. So you've got one hand on the bottom, scooping the energy across the lower dantian. You've got this other hand coming across. Then you're going to switch those hands and then step only in one direction for 3. So let's break this movement up so they can get a feel for it. Let's do the stepping first. So when we step in Tai Chi, when you step forward, what you do is you shift your body weight back, your heel goes forward, and then you take a step and follow step. If you go to the side or back, it's always a toe, heel, as if you were stepping on eggshells, gently coming across and back. Whenever you step back, You take that foot, and again, always take steps that are comfortable for you. You don't want to take a big step if you have some balance issues going on. Small is fine. So toe, heel, and then I shift my body weight back. Because remember, there's that martial arts component where most of the hand work is always going to be in front of the body so that you're protecting yourself. So let's do the side stepping. We'll step 3 to the left and 3 to the right, or it doesn't matter which direction that we go, because I know that I'm facing you, so it might not be exactly the same. So just keeping that posture, take some 3 steps. We're going to take a step to the left, toe, heel, and then shift that body weight and follow step. Toe, heel, shift the weight and step. And then one more time, step and back. And then we'll go to the right this time, or the other side, toe, heel, and back. So see how that it's all about smooth glide, as if you were moving through water, and back, and being very aware of that body alignment, and back. Okay. And then the arms, let's do the arms just separately. So I'm going to have that top hand kind of over my collarbone area and chest. The bottom hand is going to be on that lower dantian, and I'm going to just move the body like we did in the warm-up. And then once I get to the side, I want to switch those hands like clouds moving across the sky. So elbow is down and relaxed. I always want to let my wrist come up so there's no tension and elbow is facing down. As if I'm carrying this precious cargo. Always think of like as if I'm carrying a baby across. So I've got that bottom hand, and then switch those hands and back. Now remember, always letting those arms be right in front of you, protecting, keeping that martial arts component. And nice deep breathing, allowing yourself to just flow with the movement. You know, the movements are not always complex. Sometimes they're just very simple, but you can feel that chi moving. And very small, not big. Again, the smaller, the better the chi flow, the softer the joints. Now let's come back to center. We'll finish that up and then come back. So let's then add the arms and the legs together. So I'm going to start a little bit over to the side because I'm going to take 3 steps to my left. Okay, so the hand is up. I got my left hand, or the side that I'm going to, that hand is up. I've got the other hand low, like by that lower dantian. And as I step, I want to roll my body with it. When I get to the side, I switch hands, and then I just move to the other side. Once I do that, I'm going to switch hands and step. Step in, switch hands, and just move to that other side. One more time, switch hands and step. Switch hands, and then just move. And let's come back to center. We're going to come back to that open and close position. Open and close. Let's do open and close a few times with the fingers facing up towards the heavens. And then we're going to take those steps to the opposite side. Let's do one more. Good. Now let's put the hand up. And now I'm going to step to the other side, slowly moving. And I'm going to switch those hands and just move to the other side. Switch hands and step. So I want to feel that continuous motion. Switch hands and just move. Switch hands one more time. Step. And then switch hands and just move. And then come back to center. open, and close. So let's try that again. This time the hand comes up, the other one is down. I'm going to step 3 times. Switch hands and just allow yourself to move. Switch hands and step. Switch hands and just move. Good, and switch hands one more time. Switch hands and just move to that opposite side, nice and slow and gently, coming back to center, open, and close. Let's do that now to the other side one more time. Step and move. Switch hands. Switch hands and step. Switch hands. And one more time, just step. And switch hands and all the way over. And then back to center to open and close and down. So let's do one more movement. We're going to do the earth element. I'll run through it and then we'll practice it together. So the earth element, I'm going to bring the hands up. I'm going to press out. I'm going to open the hands around, like as if I'm trying to scoop that healing chi from behind me. And I'm going to go into a semi-squat position. Doesn't have to be real big, and you don't want to come forward on the knees. You want to park like as if you're sitting on a chair. And then the hands are out in front. I'm going to circle. And then I'm going to take this chi energy and I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to splash it all the way down the front of the body. The hands come out to the side and I repeat. So let's bring those hands to the front. I'm going to bring them up to about chest height. I'm going to turn them and push out, almost like we did in our warm-up. Then I'm going to bring the arms all the way up, around, circle behind me. And then I'm going to park just a little bit with the hands, like I'm digging into the earth. I'm going to circle around, all the way around, and then dig that healing chi, bring it up, splashing it down the front of my body, and let those hands swing out again to the side. Let's do that 2 more times. Bring it up to the chest level, pressing out. Circle up and around the back, and then sink just a bit. Circle the earth, and then dig into the earth and bring this healing energy up and in, all the way down the front of the body, and then let it swing out to the side. Last time, bring it up to chest height. Press. Circle out behind you all the way around, and then sink into the earth. We're going to circle again, circle the earth for the energy, bring it around, and then bring it up, splashing it up the front, and then all the way down, and letting it stay right there. So let's put those hands over that lower dantian. You might feel that your hands are a little energetic, which would be great. Taking some nice deep breaths. Now let's bring the hands up to prayer pose. We're going to do a little balancing. We're going to balance the yin and the yang side of the body. So I'm going to let one hand circle down. I'm going to look to the side, draw this energy all the way up to the front, and then bring it right down to the center. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Circle out, turn, and bring it back down to center. Inhale as I bring it back. Exhale as I bring it down, right down the center. Inhale as I bring it out and around. Exhale as I bring it down. Inhale Down. Inhale as I bring it up and around and down. Let's do that a few more times. Out and around, down. Out and around and down. Last time. Out and around, down. Last time. Out and around and down. So let's take a few moments, keeping those hands in prayer pose. So I'd like for you to think as we start to finish our practice of what your mission and your purpose is. So my mission and purpose is not merely to survive, but to thrive. And to do this, I need some passion, compassion, humor, style, and grace. And that is a saying, a takeoff of Maya Angelou, of one of her many great sayings. And I want you to always think too that we are all pieces or threads in the fabric of life. We all have something to contribute. We all have something that we're doing here. Sometimes it's not apparent. Sometimes these hard life lessons seem to be really rough. But if we can turn around and look at it and say, what am I learning from this experience? Many times it will help us kind of get through it a little bit easier. Because remember, we're all spiritual beings having a human experience, not the other way around. So the energy, the light, and the spirit in me so honors, respects, and appreciates the light and the spirit and the energy in each and every one of you. Thank you so much for sharing your Qi energy. Even though we're not all in the same room, we're all generating that Qi energy for good, to try and be like a tsunami wave on all the negativity that's happening in our world. Let's face it, that is a huge amount of negativity that's happening. So every time we do this practice, we not only heal ourselves, but we heal all that's around us. So I thank you so much for letting me be your guide tonight in your practice. And as they say in Chinese, instead of namaste, it's called Ni Men Hao Jing Shen Qi. I thank you so much. Yay. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. And I will see you again sometime. Thank you so much for coming, and I hope you enjoyed the experience.